Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is our today's question on LeetCode, and this question is basically daily challenge on 24th September, and the question is Champagne Tower. So we will read this question first and we'll try to figure out how we can solve this question. So we stack glasses in a pyramid where the first row has one glass, the second row has two glass, and so on until 100th row. Okay, so we are making this pyramid of glass. So you can see that for the first row we are having only one glass, for the second row we are having two glasses, and for third row we are having three glasses, and so on until we reach the 100th row. Okay, so what we have to do, what they have told further, then some champagne is poured into first glass at the top. So some champagnes are poured in this first glass. Okay, and when the topmost glass is full, any excess liquid poured will fall equally to the glass immediately to the left and right. Okay, so you can see that uh, let's say this glass contain I units. Okay, this glass will store 1 unit of champagne, and if we are adding 2 unit of champagne in it, so it will basically store 1 unit of champagne, and excess will be equally poured into or equally fall into other two glasses which will be on the left side and on the right side of this particular glass. So basically if we pour 2 unit of champagne in this glass, so what will happen, it will store 1 unit of champagne. Okay, and half unit of champagne will be poured in this left glass, and other half unit will be poured into this right glass. Okay, so that's what they have told. And when those glasses become full, any excess champagne will equally fall to the left and right of those glasses. Okay, so in case if these glasses get full, okay, so these glasses if we pour 4 unit of champagne in the first glass, so what will happen, it will store 1 unit, and it will the excess will be nothing but 3. Okay, so excess will be nothing but 3, and that's why 1.5 unit will be poured into the left glass and 1.5 unit will be poured into the right glass. So I will write here, so if 4 units of champagne is poured in first glass, what will happen, it will store 1 unit, and 3 unit will be excess. So what will happen, these 3 unit will be passed poured into the left and right glass of this first glass. So I will write here, these 3 units will be poured into first glass and second glass of second row. Okay, so you can see that this 3 unit will be poured in equal manner. Okay, equally these 3 unit will be poured equally into first glass and second glass of the second row, and you can see that each glass of this row will again store 1 unit. So for the first glass of second row, it will store 1 unit, and 0.5 unit will be excess, and this excess amount of champagne will be further poured into other two glasses. You can see that if we are having 0.5 excess, 0.5 unit of champagne excess in this glass, so what will happen, 0.25 will be poured in this left glass and 0.25 will be poured into this right glass. And again from the right also, if 0.5 is excess, so it will pour 0.25 here and 0.25 here. So that's what I was trying to explain here. So I will remove this first. Okay, so these all things are given to us, and for example, after 1 cup of champagne is poured, the topmost of glass is full. After 2 cups of champagne, so they are just explaining us with an example. So I have already explained it to you by taking initial unit as 4. Okay, so 1 unit is nothing but 1 cup, and they have told us after 1 cup. Okay, so 1 cup is nothing but 1 unit. Okay, and you can see that each glass will store only 1 cup of champagne. that is 1 unit of champagne. Okay, so further what they have asked us, now after pouring some non-negative integer cups of champagne, return how full the jth glass in the ith row is. Okay, so basically we are just going to pour this amount of champagne in the first glass. Okay, and what we have to do, we have to return the amount of champagne which is present in this in jth glass of ith row. Okay, so we have to return this. So let us have a closer view for this question. So you can see that this is our arrangement, this is our pyramid, and what we can see that if we pour 4 unit of just take an example of 4 units. Okay, so if we pour 4 units in first glass, so 4 units in first row and first glass. Okay, so what will happen, it will store 1 unit. Okay, so it will store 1 unit, and rest 3.3 unit will be excess. So 3 unit will be excess, so 1.5 will be passed here, and 1.5 will be passed here. Okay, but this will store 1 unit only, so that's what what we will do, we will just remove it. So I will write here 1, and excess will be 0.5, and again here 1, and excess will be 0.5. so 0.5 here, it is excess, and 0.5 is excess in this glass also. So this point excess champagne will be equally shared in these two, in this glass and this glass. So basically 0.25 here and 0.25 here, and from this glass also 0.25 and 0.25. so basically this will get 0.5 unit. Okay, so this will be our final arrangement, and after that you can see that it is not fully filled, so no further excess amount of champagne will be there. So basically if we want to get amount of champagne present in second glass of third row, we will just return 0.5. so let us think about how we can solve this question. So for this particular arrangement, what we can say, if we want to find out amount of champagne present in this second glass of third row, so what will we can say, this so basically what will happen, this glass will get champagne from the extra champagne which was present in this glass and this glass. So let us say this glass as left glass. Okay, so basically it is on the left side and this is on the right side, so I will write here right, so it is right glass. So this our current glass, I will write here current. This current glass will receive champagne from the left glass and the right glass. Okay, and how much it will receive, it will receive excess upon 2. Okay, half of the excess, because if this left glass have excess, let's say left glass has x unit of excess champagne. Okay, so current will receive, okay, so current will receive x upon 2 units from the left glass. And similarly for the right glass, you can see that if right glass has y units of excess champagne, it will get y by 2 units from right glass. Okay, so basically what we will do, we will just try to create a recursive function. Okay, so what we will do, we will just try to get a recursive function which will return total number of total amount of champagne which is received to a particular glass. Okay, so we will try to create that function. So basically what will happen, so you can see that for this current, so we will have this is nothing but row comma glass. Okay, so row comma glass, we are having row comma glass with us. Okay, and for this row comma glass, if we want to calculate amount of champagne which are received here, okay, so amount of champagne which are received from to this row comma glass. Okay, so what will be that, it will be nothing but excess or what we can say, so excess of left by 2 plus excess of right by 2. So this will be that amount, and in order to get excess, so excess will be nothing but excess left will be nothing but, so excess left will be nothing but total amount get minus 1. Okay, so this will be excess left, and excess right will be similarly total amount of champagne get received to right glass minus 1. So that's what we have to do. So we will use recursive function here, and whenever we are using recursive function, we will use memoization here in order to reduce time complexity. So what we will do, we will just have a we will use memoization to reduce time complexity. Okay, and again what we will do, we will have a recursive function which will return amount of champagne received by a particular glass. Okay, by a glass, by jth glass of ith row. So we will do this thing. So let us try to code this question. So again we will have a two-dimensional vector. Okay, so two-dimensional vector of double, because the return type is double. Okay, so it will be a dv vector, and it will be of size 100. So you can see that the number of row will be 100, so we will take the size as 101. Okay, and again another dimension also, so vector of double, and size will be 101, and we will initialize it with minus 1. So this vector will be used for memoization, and it will store amount of champagne received by a glass which is present in ith row. Okay, so which is received by by jth glass which is present in ith row. Okay, so that's what we will do, and for this we will have a recursive function here. So it will be of type double, and double what will be the function, we can take the function as total amount get. Okay, so total get. Okay, so for a particular row, so let's say int row and int glass. Okay, so for the row this row and for this glass. Okay, what we have, another thing, we have another value as another parameter as poured. So this much champagne has been poured. Okay, and again we will pass this dp vector as a parameter, so vector of double and dp, we will pass it by reference because we are going to update dp vector. So I will write here, this function will return amount of champagne received by the glass received by the glass in a particular row. So talking about the base cases, so if row is less than 0, or you can see that each row on total number of glass in any row should be always less than number of rows. Okay, that row, so you can see that for this second row total number of glass is less than 2. So if glass is greater than row, this will case of violation. Okay, so we will return 0 in this case, and one more thing should be here, and that will be nothing but if glass is less than 0. So in all these three cases, we will just return 0.00, because we will not receive any kind of we will not receive these row will not receive any champagne. Okay, so you can see it as a boundary condition violation. So it is a violation of boundary conditions. Okay, and talking about another base case, so these are the base cases. So I will write here base case. Okay, so talking about another base case, if row is equal to 0 and glass is also equal to 0, so what we'll do, we will just return poured. Okay, so if we are talking about, we are on this 0th row and 0th glass, and if we are going to pour this amount of champagne, so total amount of champagne which is received to this glass will be nothing but poured also. Okay, poured itself. And talking about the repetitive cases, so for repetitive cases, if dp of row and glass is not equal to -1, we will just return dp of row and glass. Okay, and now talking about the recursive cases, so recursive cases are we are taking champagne, we are receiving champagne from the left glass and we are receiving champagne from the right glass. So champagne received from left glass. Okay, so I will write here left, and left will be nothing but, so okay, it is not of type int, it is of type double. Okay, so double left, so left means amount of champagne which are received from this left glass, so it will be nothing but total get of row -1 and glass -1 and poured, and we will pass dp as a parameter. So this function will return amount of champagne which is which has been received to this glass of row -1 and glass -1, and in order to find out excess, we will just reduce it by -1 because this 1 unit has been stored in that glass, and this excess amount of this excess the half of this excess amount will be given to our particular current glass. Okay, so we will just divide it by 2. So I have explained this part, and if this left is less than 0, so what we can say, we can say that there is no excess amount of champagne. So I will write here left excess. Okay, so or what we can write excess from left. Okay, so excess of left. So if excess of less is less than 0, we will not receive any we will not receive any champagne from the left part. Okay, so excess left will be 0, and again for the right part also, excess right will be nothing but, so it is not excess right. Okay, I should write left here. Okay, so received from left. Okay, so received from left. Okay, so that will be perfect terminology. So if received from left is less than 0, which means received from left is 0. Okay, we have not received any champagne from the left side, and similarly we will calculate for right part. Okay, so total get, so we will first calculate total amount of champagne which has been received to this row -1 comma glass. Okay, and we will just reduce it by -1. Okay, we will just reduce it by -1 because this amount will be stored. So, and again what we will do, we will just divide it by 2. So that's what we have to do here. And if this received right is less than 0, okay, so if this received right is less than 0, so what we will do, we will just write it equal to 0. Okay, and finally what will be our total? So total will be nothing but received left plus received right. Okay, and we will just return dp of row and glass as total. Okay, so this in this way this function will work. This function will return total amount of champagne received to a glass present in this row and this glass. Okay, and in our main function what we have to return total amount of champagne which has been stored in this particular row and glass. Okay, so we know that each champagne glass will contain only 1 unit of champagne, so we will just take minimum of these two values. So what we will do, we will just return minimum of 1.00 and we will just get total amount. Okay, so total and parameter will be nothing but row, and so query row, so query row and query glass, and we have poured with us, and again our dp vector. So in this way we will return this function. Okay, so let us try to run this code. Let's see whether it will work or not. So yeah, you can see that all the cases are passing. So let us see for main cases. Yeah, all the main cases are also passing. So I will again try to explain this code. So basically what was the main logic for solving this question. So if we want to calculate total amount of champagne which is stored in this particular glass current, so what we can say, we can say that the champagne will be received from the left part and the right part. Okay, so we will calculate the amount of champagne which has been received from the left part and which has been received from the right part. So we have discussed here the champagne which is received from the right part or left part will be nothing but half of the excess of the champagne. Okay, so for this left part we have to recursively calculate total amount of champagne which this left glass has been received, and we will just reduce it by -1 because excess will be nothing but total amount received -1. Okay, so this will be our excess amount of champagne for this left glass, and this excess amount of champagne will be divided into two parts, and half of the champagne will be given to this glass and half champagne will be given to our current glass. And similarly this amount of champagne will be received from this right part also. So we have recursively solved for the left glass and the right glass, and you can see that if the index of this glass is j. Okay, so I will write here index is j. So here index is nothing but j -1 and here index is nothing but j plus 1 j. Okay, if it is j -1 so it is j. Okay, so that's what we have done here. And talking about base cases, if we are on 0th row and 0th glass, so we will just return poured. So that's what we have done here. If we are on 0th row and 0th glass, we will just return poured. Okay, because it will not be passed in any other because this amount will be stored here. Okay, and if there is a case of violation or boundary condition is violated, that is if row is less than 0 or glass is greater than row or glass is less than 0, we will just return 0. Okay, and to avoid repetitive cases we have used this dp vector here, two dimensional dp vector of type double, and this will store amount of champagne which has been received by the jth glass of the ith row. So if dp of row and glass is not equal to -1, we will just return it directly, and otherwise we have to calculate total amount of champagne which has been received from the left glass, and it will be nothing but total amount of champagne which was received by the left glass -1 divided by 2, and similarly for the right part. And in case if this received left is less than 0, which means we will not receive any champagne from the left part, so we will just directly write received left is equal to 0, and similarly for right one also, and we'll sum these two variables. Okay, in order to get our total amount of champagne received by to our current glass, and we will store it in this dp vector and we'll return it. Okay, and we know that each champagne glass will contain maximum one amount of 1 unit of champagne. So what we will do, we will just take a minimum of 1 and this. Okay, so that will be stored in our glass. So in this way we have solved this question. I hope you understood my solution, and if you like my solution, you can like my video also, and if you have any kind of doubt regarding this question, you can ask me in comment section also, or if you want to share any another approach for this question, you can again write in comment section. And if you want to see some more videos like this, you can subscribe my channel.